Hi, it's Christine here, Christine Crow here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about something that happened to me about a couple of weeks ago. And I woke up on a normal day in the morning. It was a Saturday, actually. And suddenly, I had a part of my vision I couldn't see properly. And I saw this this dark shadow. So I kind of woke up early anyway, and it was already dark because I always get up early. But I was thinking, something's wrong here. So I put the light on in the bathroom, and I was like, I still had this, I saw this shadow in my eye, in my retina, for example. And I was like, what is this? I've never experienced it before. And I thought, am I losing my vision? Am I going blind? Why is this happening to me? I was thinking, do I have diabetes? Is this what this is? Or is it a cataracts? I didn't know what it was that I was facing. So I got up in the morning, and then I put my gym gear on, and I went downstairs, did my exercise, and I still thought, there's something wrong here. I couldn't see as well as I normally do see. And at first I thought it was a bit of sleep in my eye or something like that, but it wasn't. And then I put my hand over my eye, and I closed my left eye and had my right eye open, for example, and then I just saw this black circle like thing. And when I was looking to see where it was, it moved wherever I was moving to. For example, my eye was moving to. So anyway, I carried on. I did my exercise. Then I also went for my walk as well, and I was just thinking, what is this? I was thinking, perhaps, I was thinking, was it conjunctivitis? I didn't know what it was, because I never experienced it before. So obviously I couldn't read that weekend because I was concerned. I didn't want to strain anything, and I really didn't want to bother the doctor. But I called, and we arranged for me to come in on Monday, for example, first thing. So cut a long story short, I went in on the Monday. It was in the evening, for example. And that's a good thing about here in Cyprus, is they do see you quickly. Sometimes they'll see you in the same day if it's a weekday, for example. And I didn't see it as a danger. A part of me did think, is this a detachment? I was thinking all kinds of things, to tell you the truth, at the weekend. But I went through the weekend, and then Monday I was there with the eye doctor. And well, actually I had to go to my doctor first, and then she then referred me to the eye doctor on the same day, for example. And so what happened there, the eye doctor did some scans on my eye, for example. He put a dilation in first and told me to go and wait outside and sit down. So I sat down for about 5-10 minutes, and then he called me in, and then he did the eye test, for example, where he x-rayed the back of the eyes. Very, very, very good examination, for example. And then I put my chin on this eye machine, and then my head was against it, and I had to look straight forward, not blink. And then there was this like red laser thing that was moving up and down and sort of side to side, and trying to get some sort of centralized thing, for example. And once that was done, that took about 5 minutes, I would say, for example, because he did quite a few tests, and he sat me back down again, and then I got back up again, and then he did another exam, because he just said, we just need to do some proper investigation to make sure it's nothing that is too serious, for example. So again, I went back to the machine and he sort of delved deeper because, you know, he wanted to make sure that it wasn't something that was more serious, for example. So he did that test. And then we sat down, we talked, and he said, yes, I knew it was a floater, to tell you the truth, because I said, I think it's a floater. And the eye doctor then said, right, okay, I'm going to give you some eye drops, which he did give me some eye drops. And I'd like you to come back in 10 days, for example. But I also, when he did the second test, he looked deeper and I had fluid at the back of my right eye, for example. So, and it was, I can't remember the measurement to be precise. And he said there's a lot of fluid back there. So I was like, oh, okay. And then he said, you need to take these drops, for example, 3 times a day. So he gave me 2 boxes of drops. One of them is called, well, actually it's in Greek, so yeah, I won't be able to read that to you, but I'll put it here. But you know, at the end of the day, you won't be able to use it anyway. So I got two drops, for example, like 3 times a day to take them. And the name's there, for example. You can see the name there. Yeah. And then this one is called Maxidex as well. So 3 times a day, not at the same time, different intervals. So I time them right, for example. So one will be taken at 7, then 11, then 3. Then the second lot would be, for example, one would be at 12 o'clock, then one would be at 7, and then one would be at 10 p.m., for example. So that's what I was doing for the 10 days. I also, because I'm doing this as well, and this is why I'm doing this video, because I want to try something as well. So I'm going to be, I've been taking pineapple. I started today, but I'm going to take it for 3 months, slices of pineapple, because that's meant to produce a substance called bromelain, for example, and it will help dissolve, for example, the floaters, for example. So I'm going to try that for 3 months, and this is why I'm doing the video, so that I can give an update as to how that worked for me. And thank God I didn't need to have any fluid drainage or anything, but he said, you know, we can leave it and let's see how it goes. My eyesight has improved, for example, so I'm grateful to God for that. And also I'm grateful to the eye doctor, of course, for going to see him. But what I'm doing this video about really is that you know, I want to see if this pineapple thing works that everyone's been talking about. Because, you know, it would be really good to have it so it dissolves the floater completely. Now, 10 days later from taking those eye drops, though, that the eye doctor gave me, it shrunk the fluid that was at the back of my eye, and which is really good. For example, it's not completely gone, but it has shrunk it by, I would say, you know, quite considerable amount, for example. And then I have to go back in about 3 weeks, for example, to see whether the fluid has shrunk down again, for example. And what I also want to say is that I was still able to do work, for example. I didn't want to stop my work for my clients, for example. But what I did is that I made sure I did proper eye rest. I make sure that my eyes rested from being on the computer all day. So I had to minimize the meetings. I followed what my body was telling me. So I didn't want to overstress my eyesight, for example, or strain it more than what it needed to do because of the fluid, for example, that is in the back of the eye. But I didn't realize this. There's like 70% of the population experience floaters at some point in their lives. And sometimes, I mean, for me, because of my age, I can probably say it's to do with that, age-wise, but sometimes it happens to young people. What is happening now is it's cropping up more than how it used to be before, for example. You see, I also thought that I had cataracts, but thank God I didn't get the cataracts. It's eye floater that I've got, just one eye floater, not multiple ones, but one eye floater. And I didn't realize how many people actually have this. And it is increasing because of, I believe, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me on this, but it is being noticed more. Is it because we're on the computers more and our eyes? I'm just trying to understand why it's such a large population that has this or has had this. I mean, it goes away. It's very common, which I didn't realize it was so common. So I hope that you'll be able to join me on my journey. I'm going to be starting my health channel because I think it's important. Although we're in business, for example, or you're thinking of running a business, you're a CEO, and we need to also look after our bodies. We've got to look after our wellness. We've got to look after our mindset and grow. But also we've got to look after our bodies and our eyes, our ears, our bodies. We've got to treat them with respect. And I just wanted to share with you in this video today about how I discovered that I had eye floaters, and I suddenly woke up in the morning with this eye floater. It didn't come on during the day. It came on when I just suddenly opened my eye, and I was like, oh, that's strange. It was very dark. So I was thinking, oh, it's because it's dark. And then I was wiping my eye and it still didn't feel right. So then I put the light on in the bathroom and I was like, right, okay, so I can't see very well. Something's wrong here. And then, like I said, I carried on as normal. Then I went to the doctor and then referred to the eye doctor, both in the same day. I had a blood test, just to let you know. Just drank my tea there, decaf tea. So I had a blood test just to make sure that it wasn't due to diabetes as well. And I don't have diabetes, thank God for that. So I just wanted to share with you, and I'm going to tell you about my journey, and I'm going to be taking the pineapple test, and I'm going to be doing that every day, and I'm going to be eating 1 to 3 slices a day for 3 months. That's what they say. It works once you take it for about 3 months. Now, it doesn't work for everyone, but there's been some research out there where a large group of people were taking the pineapple test, for example, and it was such a large percentage that their floaters had suddenly gone in the 3 months. And that was some that had 1 slice of pineapple and some that had 3 slices. And it made it go quicker, the ones that took the 3 slices, for example. So join me for my pineapple challenge. I am doing a 30-day challenge for CEOs, but join me for my pineapple challenge. It's going to be for 3 months. And because I want to try and, in the health channel that I'm creating, I want to be able to, talk about things so that we can live longer. And because, the real wealth is our health. We can not get our health back. We can, But, you know, if it gets really bad, it's hard to, to get it back, isn't it, right? So a lot of people that are wealthy, some of them are not healthy. So if they could swap and have their health back rather than the wealth, then they would. So this is why I say health is wealth. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I've really enjoyed talking to you today about this as well. I'm going to have to go now because I've got my 30-day challenge starting shortly. It's going to be starting in about 15 minutes. So I need to prepare. So thank you so much. God bless you, and keep in touch for further updates. Like and subscribe. You know the drill. And so that other people can also benefit from this as well. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.